Hi there, I'm Adam from Cardboard Studio, and welcome to the next episode of our Pine Pack series. In this episode, we'll cover Decorator nodes. So, what are Decorator nodes? Decorator nodes modify how child nodes behave. They can control repetitions, change returned states, handle random chances, update based on time, or listen to events. In PinePack version 1.0, there are 11 decorator nodes, and we can group them into a few categories. Nodes that modify repetitions, nodes that alter returned state, random chance node, time-based update, and event listener node. Before we dive in, it's important to know that by default, the root node updates its child only once. As you can see, when we enter play mode, we only get single debug log message. Now, let's introduce our first decorator node, repeat. You can find the full description in the Inspector tab and the documentation. But to keep things simple, let's just say that the repeat node creates endless loop for you. Let's enter play mode. Perfect. Now we got multiple debug log messages. Next, let's focus on the limiter. Pause if you want to check the description. This node limits the number of updates, like the number of bullets in a magazine or cakes in a jar. When we enter play mode, we can see that after the set number of repetitions, the debug log messages stops. The next node is retry. It's harder to show in this video, but here's the idea. Retry will attempt to update its child a set number of times. If the child succeeds, retry succeeds. If the child fails, retry will try again until it runs out of attempts. Now, let's move to failure. This node will ignore the child result and always return failure. To test it, we'll replace the debug log node with a success node, which simply returns success. Let's connect everything, enter play mode, and see what happened. As you can see, the failure node ignores the child state and returns failure. Now, let's look at the inverter node. This node reverses the child returned state. So, if you attach it to our previous tree, instead of the failure, it will result in success. And if we change the child to a fail node, when we enter play mode, the inverter will return success. Next is the Succeder node. This node ignores the child state and always returns success. Let's check it out in the play mode. Perfect. It works as expected. Now, time for some fun with the random chance decorator. This node lets you set a value between 0 and 100. That value represents the chance that the child will be updated. So, if the node is lucky, it returns the child state. If not, it returns failure. Now, let's update our tree so we can see the results. The random chance node will have the debug node as its child. We'll also remove the repeat node, so there is only one repetition. Let's enter play mode and check the results. First attempt and the node was lucky. Second attempt, lucky again. Third attempt, lucky again. Fourth attempt, finally, we got failure. Now, let's try the Cooldown node. This node lets you set a delay between updates. We'll attach it to our tree, set the cooldown to 1 second, enter play mode and check it out. Perfect. We get a single debug log call every second. Next up is the time node. This node controls how long a child node will be executed. As usually, we'll attach it to a tree. Now, let's set the duration to 5 seconds, enter play mode, and see the result. Great. We get debug load message for 5 seconds. And then it stopped with the failure as expected. Now, let's combine the last two nodes with the cooldown timer. This node lets you set a cooldown period and work period. We'll attach it to our tree, set the cooldown to 2 seconds and the work time to 1 second. Let's enter play mode and check the results. Perfect. We get 1 second of updates, followed by 2 seconds of cooldown. Keep in mind, you can set both cooldown and work periods as either fixed values or random values between two constants, but you can experiment with that on your own. Finally, we have the Event Listener node. This one is tricky to show here, but in short, the Event Listener lets you specify an event. Then, during play mode, it will run the child node once the selected event occurs. And that's it for this long episode. If you found this useful, please hit the thumbs up button below. If you have any additional questions, feel free to contact me directly through the Cardboard Studio Discord. Thanks for your time and see you in the next one.